Welcome to Canon Studio. Today I've got something really exciting for all those asking me about budget road bikes or so-called entry-level bikes. So here we have the top 10 I've prepared just for you. And before we start, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. It's called Canon Danny, so that you'll be able to see all the episodes I'm uploading every day on cycling tips for training, bike maintenance, and of course purchasing bikes and components. So are you ready for our top 10? Let's just hit it. And actually, I've prepared top 9 of the bikes I would really buy myself, and these are the great deals for July 2016. And one, in the contrary, I would never buy for $600. So that you will have some kind of a clue what you should be looking for and what you should not be buying for this amount of money. Will be always somewhere around $500 up to $700 here. So all the links are just below the video. These are my affiliate links, but I would really buy those bikes myself. So we are starting at $479, let's say, with Merlin Performance PR7 bike, and I'm assuming you are the newbie. So I'm gonna just present to you some of the features we'll be having on all of the bikes here. Those I really recommend. We do have the aluminum, nicely done aluminum frame, and we have the fork, which is made of aluminum here inside the steering tube that you don't see actually. It's in the frame here. It's made of alloy, not steel, but alloy. And the blades here are made of carbon fiber. So not steel, not aluminum, but carbon fiber here. So this is light, strong setup, and that's really good deal for around $500. Now in terms of the components, for around 500 bucks we should be looking at Shimano Claris, like most often. This is not the cheapest group set. The cheaper one is Shimano Tourney, and it will have 2 gears in the front and 7 gears in the rear. This one has 2 gears in the front and 8 speed in the rear. So there is not so much difference between maybe having 10 or 11 speed in the rear, but between having 7 and 8, yes, there is a difference. So a Shimano Claris for under $500 with carbon bladed fork is good, really good deal. Now just make sure that those models are available for your country. You can just check it out right here, because some of those will not be dispatched to USA. The second one gets more expensive. It's really nice Fuji bike with almost exactly the same setup. That means we have aluminum frame, really nicely done aluminum frame. We have this carbon bladed fork here with alloy steering tube inside. We have 2 gears in the front and 8 gears in the rear. Here Fuji gives us Shimano Sora derailleur instead of Shimano Claris. It's just a bit better, but basically it's same setup, and we have butted alloy, so this frame will be quite light. This one is more expensive because it would cost $575, and it will also have Shimano Claris components. And I'm not talking about, you know, the brakes, the wheels, because those will be some basic stuff, but still really good for beginners, and I would even be training on this bike, no problem. The next one is really cool Specialized Alley. It's a really well-known alloy bike for $589. Same setup. We have Shimano Claris 2x8 speed. And we have some really nicely done frame made of aluminum. It's also good to be looking at the tires. Those tires on most of the bikes will have 25 millimeters of the width, which is cool. I would not recommend 23, but even more than 25, like 27, 28 would be really great, because it will be comfy. And also many beginning cyclists, some of those are maybe a bit overweight and would like to have a bit more of a comfort on the bike, and those wider tires will give you that. The next one, super bike, it's Cannondale CAD 8, also on Claris, same setup, aluminum frame, really well done, carbon bladed fork, $654. Components, Shimano Claris 2x8, and if we look at the tires here, We have 23C, which is not the best, I think. It's fast setup, but maybe not so good for the beginners, especially on some rough roads. You know, it's not the problem. You can always replace the tires. That's no problem with your bike. Those wider ones will fit here, but this bike comes stock with 23C, so 23 millimeters of the width. The next one, also Cannondale, but not Cat 8, which is made a bit more like racy geometry. This one is Synapse, and it will be more comfy. So all the technology on this frame is made in order to absorb more bumps, so more vibration absorbing frame, with also specially designed fork here, which is really nice. And let's just look at the tires, what kind of the tires Cannondale gives us here. They give us 25C, so this is really good. I would say awesome beginner's bike. You can really upgrade this one with some cool components and it will be worth it. $654 here. Next one, Trek 11. For UK only, you can only collect it. That's the brand restriction. 655 aluminum frame, nicely done, and also 2x8 components with 25C tires. You can also be comparing those weights. This weight would be always here just around 10 kilos. If it goes below 10 kilos, that's awesome, and we will have such a bike here. The next one is Fuji Sportive, and this is really getting exciting here. This price is in euros. That should be around 600 and I don't know, $60. Really cool bike. First off, we do have nice brand, which is Fuji, and also we have disc brakes on this bike here. That's really awesome in my opinion, because those brakes are really strong. Those are not hydraulic brakes. These are not just some like basic mechanical disc brakes, but I would like to have disc brakes on any bike. This is really cool stuff, especially at this price point. And here also we have Shimano Tiagra components with butted alloy frame. So this is something I would really recommend, and I would buy it myself for 583 euros or around $660, I think. And here we have Shimano Sora components with, yeah, that's only the rear derailleur, that's Shimano Tiagra. But here we are skipping the Claris components, and we have 2x9 drivetrain, which is really cool. And the cassette has on the smaller sprocket 11 teeth, and the biggest one 32. It gives you wide range of the gearing for some mountainous terrain. So this is really good. I would say awesome bike. And also the tires here are 28 millimeters wide. It's really one of the best bikes you can buy for this amount of money, like for July 2016. The next one, really cool, once more Merlin, but this one is FF1 on Shimano Tiagra. So we had Shimano Claris, then Shimano Sora, and now Shimano Tiagra for $697. So we are still just under $700. This is really good bike. The frame is triple butted, so it will be quite light. The fork is still aluminum and carbon, and here we have 2x10 drivetrain, so 10 speed in the rear. Really good setup. Those components come from Forza. This is Dutch brand making really good components, so this Merlin bike is really good for the money, just as another Fuji is, and that's the bike here. That's Fuji Sportive 1.3D. that stands for disc brakes, 2015, so it's on a sale. Just two sizes, 54 and 56 available, but this bike is really good. We have Shimano Tiagra components with disc brakes on this bike, so really comfy bike, really versatile bike, and still 635 euros, which will be just around $700. Really cool bike. And then let's just compare those bikes to the bike that cost $622. It's called the Pinnacle. I don't like criticizing, but this one I don't recommend at all. First off, we do have the cheapest group set of Shimano, that's Shimano Tourney, with 2x7 drivetrain. That should be on the bike like for around $350–400, not more. And also the fork here is made of aluminum, so it doesn't have carbon blades but aluminum. It's of course heavier. I'm not saying you should not be buying your first bike with aluminum fork, but aluminum fork should not be on the bike that cost $622. So first off, the group set is just too low. That's Shimano Tourney, and also the manufacturer would save some money by putting the alloy bladed fork on this bike. It's good that we have double plus triple butted frame, so it will be quite light here, but the fork and the group set just doesn't match the price, $622. So starting with the cheapest Merlin here, you will have carbon bladed fork with aluminum steerer and Shimano Claris components, and through the range coming up on the Fuji you will start to have some Tiagra components. Merlin FF1 has all the Tiagra components 2x10, and Fuji Sportive 1.3 has also Tiagra components and disc brakes, so really cool bike. By clicking those links below and purchasing anything from those stores, you are supporting my channel, but I'm not doing it just to support myself, but to show you the real deal and something that I really like myself. If you have any further question, put those below the video in the comment section and I will answer those. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.